Good evening, Maggie's Bar and Grill. May I help you? Table for you and 12 others, you say? Well, of course, Jesus. We can always make room for you and the guys. Usual table? Great. I'll have it ready for you before your party arrives. See you then. Bye. Hey, folks. Jesus and the guys are coming over. Usual table, if possible.
Did you hear what the hostess said?
Yeah, I've heard he's a wonderful doctor.
Oh yes, it was a miracle that my father came out of eye surgery last fall, able to see. Well, he'd been blind his whole life, but Jesus was somehow able to heal him.
We are taken into our last day. So hold me close and I'll surrender to your heart. You know how to give, how to take. You see every hope I locked away. So hold me close and I'll surrender to my heart. Before the rain goes out tonight, yeah, we'll live until we die. So come out, turn my soul into a raging fire. Come out, lose control into a raging fire. Into a raging fire. Come out, turn my soul into a raging fire. You know time will give and time will take. All the memories made will wash away. Even though we change, I'm still here with you. You listen close, you'll hear the sound of all the ghosts that bring us down. Hold on to what makes you feel. Don't know it's what makes you real. If the rain goes out tonight, yeah, we'll live until we die. So come out, turn my soul to a raging fire. Come out, you'll lose control to a raging fire. Into a raging fire. Come out, turn my soul to a raging fire.
Good evening and welcome to Maggie's Bar and Grill in downtown Memphis. How about our band, the Beatitudes? We know that some of you have heard the news that we will have a special guest here at Maggie's tonight. Jesus is like family around here. We just ask that everyone give him a little space. Maybe you call him the doctor or the teacher, whichever you may think of him as. We just ask you to give him some time. He's going to be here tonight with his closest and dearest friends. And if you have to approach him, just please don't bother him for long. Give him a little time with his friends. All right. Everybody sit back and enjoy your evening. And if I, Maggie, or my staff, Mary, Martha, or Lazarus, can help you, we hope you have a fantastic night.
So, how about those cars? What kind of year are you looking at? That exhibition. Well, you heard about this spinner kid from West Memphis, right? I hear he's pretty good. AAA, I think.
Hello, Jesus.
Hey.
James, welcome back to Maggie's place. You called ahead, but we had quite a crowd, so we don't have a table ready for you just now.
Oh, that's more than fine. I completely understand. We'll be glad to just wait at the bar, and Lazarus can take care of us until the tables ready.
Yeah, we'll wait
Thank you. Hey, thank you for having us on such a short notice.
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Jesus.
Hey everybody, if everyone's ready, I can take 3/4, while you wait, get chips and dip out as
Goose head flag, whiskers, I want to like.
Okay, that's fine, I'll take y'all's orders and then get Judas's when he gets here.
You know, it's just like you be late for an important dinner like this.
Well, you know how he is, you gotta make that grand entrance, probably whatever shame he did.
Well, he'll be here soon enough, I'm sure. You know, he always wants to be the dramatic one, but he's not gonna miss out on any of the action. And you know, he's always gotta have his nose stuck in everybody's business.
That's so true.
No, look, you weren't listening. I need Jesus for 3 appointments next week, and you cannot miss them. And no, if you don't get this done, you're fired. Bye. I gotta go. Gentlemen, how's it going? Good to see y'all. Okay, let's go. Guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I had some political things to attend to.
Of course, Judas, we're just glad you could join us for such an important evening.
What the heck? Salsa all over my best suit? Are you serious? There goes your tip.
I'm so sorry for my spilling things all over you and your friends. I must have tripped over a stool.
That's quite all right. Nothing's been done by anyone here that can't be fixed.
I'm gonna go grab some towels.
Jesus, what are you doing? You're not going to clean my feet.
I am, and you'll understand why later.
No, I will never let you clean my feet.
Look, unless I clean this mess from you, you can have no part with me.
Well, then by all means, clean my feet, my shirt and hands as well.
Come on, Peter. Only your shoes and feet need clean. The rest of your body's already clean. In fact, you're all clean. Well, not every one of you. Guys, you understand what I just did? You called me a great doctor and teacher, and rightly so, because that's what I am. But now that I, your doctor and teacher, has cleaned this mess from you, I've set an example that you should do as I've done for you. You see, the truth is that no servant is greater than the one he serves, nor is any messenger greater than the one that sent him. And now that you know these things, you'll be blessed if you do them.
But
No, you go first.
Well, it was about 6 weeks ago, and I was down the other end of Hill Street, you know, that bar they call the Well, and it was about 12, I guess. That was usually about kind of trouble. And I was about 2 sheets to the wind, and he came in and he said,
A little early to hit the bottle, isn't it?
no, I think so.
Well, it seems like I have seen you often at this time of day. Why are you here?
That seems pretty obvious, isn't it? I need a drink. I think it kind of numbs the pain, but no, it only makes problems worse.
What about the guys in your life? Don't they help? Or maybe you just haven't met the right one.
What kind of a come on was that? You men are all so superficial. I don't know. What makes you think you've got something that no other guy has?
Well, I can offer you something for your thirst.
Hey, hit me again, bartender. That sounds good to me.
No, what I'm offering is living water. If you drink from the living water, you'll never thirst again. The living water will satisfy the hurting of your soul.
I looked at him and I thought, is he crazy? And he said, no. I looked at his eyes and they weren't from a crazy man's eyes. They weren't lustful eyes like the way a lot of other guys look at me. They were just full of compassion.
I'm here to offer you abundant life. Once you've experienced this abundant life, your soul will be satisfied and you will never thirst again. God has sent me into the world to show His love to the world.
You know, and I just stood there in amazement and I wondered, he needs to tell me more. So I asked him, tell me more about what he had to offer. And we talked for the longest time, and finally his friend showed up and looked at him and said, what in the world are you doing talking to a drunk at a bar? And he walked away with it, and then he said, go in peace and have what the Lord God has to offer you.
So what has happened?
Well, let's see. I stopped drinking. I joined AA. I kicked that no-good drunk Joe out of my house. I found a really, really good church where there are people in there that share my interest and share my joy. And on all of it, I have to thank Jesus for that.
It sounds a lot like my story.
Tell me about it.
Well, I've also had my fair share of trouble with men, in particular, married men. Well, I had this office job and my boss kept keeping me late at night to work. Well, one thing led to another. Anyways, we kept it under wraps right until I ended up pregnant.
Ah, dead giveaway.
Ain't that the truth? And he denied it was his. But he wasn't about to keep a pregnant mistress around. So I lost my job. Even worse, the church that I was going to, they didn't want to have anything to do with me. In fact, after church one Sunday, all the elders sort of like gathered around me and they were calling me names and yelling at me. It was just awful.
People can be so cruel.
That's so true. Anyways, I was so scared I was shaking. Well, Jay happened to be walking by, and one of the elders grabbed him. This man said to Jay, you're supposed to be so in touch with God. What do you think we should do with this heathen adulteress? And then I remember it. It was so clearly how everything hushed became. As everyone looked at Jesus, and he was just staring off like he was bird watching or something. And then he turned and faced them, and I'll never forget it. He said,
Have you ever approached this woman with an attitude of respect? Have you ever wondered how she got where she is? And then have you ever asked her to share her story? Have you ever considered how important it is that she feel love and fellowship right now to gain the strength to break free from this struggle? Would you even consider her worthy to stay at your church? Have you ever considered she has no other options? Perhaps you can offer her a job instead of damnation. What about the man she was with? Has he stepped forward to help with this child? What words of condemnation do you have for him? Maybe he's one of you. Think hard, gentlemen. Then, whoever can respond positively to any of my questions, feel free to turn against me.
sort of walked off. Nothing left to say. And then the women that were with Jay, Mary, Martha, and Maggie, they all just wrapped their arms around me and they let me cry. And they gave me a job here, and I can work here as long as I need to. All because of that man right over there.
Well, that's why I'm here tonight. I heard that he was going to be here, and I just had to come to tell him thank you. Although I usually don't show up at bars, it's part of recovering him.
Well, I'm so happy for you, and I'm happy for me. I hope you won't always stay away from here. I'd like to get to know you. I think we get each other.
Yeah. Well, I'll come out. Don't worry about that. But please just don't offer me a drink unless it's water. Now let's go say hey and thank the God that did so much for our lives.
And just what do you think I'm about to go and do, huh? You're the Son of God. Tell me. And just what does he think I'm about to go and do? Because I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So why should he know better than I what I'm doing? Oh, yes, he's a miracle worker, folks. He knows the will of God. All this talk about being persecuted here lately? Ha! Please, if anyone's being persecuted here, it's me. I recognized almost before anyone else the charisma he had. And yes, I admit, I saw the potential to advance my own career. But I mean, I'm a campaign manager for God's sake. He seemed like the perfect candidate. He was talking change. He was telling people that they could live better than they are now. And the difference between him and politicians today, folks, he was putting that change into action. I saw him do things. Well, things that I didn't even think were possible. Miraculous things. And so I wanted to help him rise to power. But I guess I got suckered in. I guess I believed in him. But he wasn't interested in power. He wasn't interested in a political post. And so yes, I started dipping into the till a little bit. But that's just my cut. I helped promote him. I showed the world to him and showed him to the world. And I deserve something for that. Because let's be real, it's all about me. And he's talking about facing death? Please. That doesn't happen. He's just selling some sort of martyr story. But you know what? I can work with that. I can play along. Because I know that there are people in this town who are willing to pay some serious money for evidence against him. Well, you know what? Got plenty of that. It's so easy to record someone at the tip of your fingers these days. So you know what? I want to give them what they want. And then we will see what happens. And then he will use the power that he has. The power that he truly has. He will save himself, and then I will get the glory of introducing him to the world. You know, it may seem like the wrong thing to do, folks. But somehow, it feels so right.
Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars.
Swing my heart across the line. Give my face a flashing sign. Seek it out and eat your mind. Oh, but I'm not that old young. But I'm not that bold. I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what I'm told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. And I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. I couldn't find everything that kills me makes me feel alive. I've been in the street, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately I've been working hard. Say no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been in the street, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately I've been working hard. So no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. I feel your love and I feel it burn down this river at every turn. Opens up for a better word. Make that money and watch it burn. Oh, but I'm not that old young. But I'm not that old. I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what I'm told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong things. I feel something so wrong, doing the right things. I couldn't lie. Everything that drowns me makes me wanna fly. I've been in the street, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been in the street, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately I've been praying hard. No more counting dollars, we'll be
that kills me, makes me feel alive.
Well, guys, it's been fun, but I gotta go get some things ready for later on tonight. I'll see y'all later.
Listen, guys, we don't have a lot of time, and I have some more things I need to share with you. The time is coming when God is going to glorify the Son of Man. And when that time comes, I'm no longer going to be with you. So I want you all to remember something. I love you all. And I want you to love one another, no matter how hard that may seem. When people see how you love each other, regardless of what life brings you, they'll know that you follow me.
Jay, you talk about leaving soon. Just exactly where are you going and what makes you think we won't come with you?
Listen, where I'm going, you can't come. One day you will, but not now.
Oh, Jay, you know I'd do anything for you. I'm going with you now. Why, I'd even take a bullet for you.
You take a bullet for me, huh? Well, those are nice words, but I'm going to tell you out here, the next 24 hours, you're going to deny that you even know me 3 different times.
Oh, now I know you're crazy.
I can hold my breath. I can bite my tongue. I can stay awake for days if that's what you want. Be your number one. I can fake a smile. I can force a laugh. I can dance and play the part if that's what you ask. Give you all I am. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I'm only human, and I bleed when I fall down. I'm only human. till I've had enough.
Jay, you're talking kind of crazy now. You got me worried.
Look, please don't worry. That's not what I mean for you to do. Listen, I'm just going home before you. But where my father lives, there are many rooms. There's space for all of us. I'm just going ahead of you to make this place feel more like home. And don't worry about finding it. You'll know the way there.
I just don't see how that's possible since we don't have a clue where you're going. And how are we supposed to know the way, man?
Because I am the way. I'm the truth, and I'm the life. You're going to the Father because you're following me. If you know me, you know my Father.
You keep saying that we know the Father, but you've never shown him to us. How are we supposed to know? I mean, if you show him to us, maybe we'll shut up.
Philip, look, you've been with me since the beginning and you still don't get it. If you've seen me, then you've seen the Father. Look, all that I've taught you and all that I've shared with you, all those things come not from me, they come from my Father. Look, you guys have seen me do some pretty incredible things, right? Well, the power that let me do all those signs comes from the Father. See, if you believe in me and everything that I've done, then you'll be able to do these same amazing things. I'm going on home, but you're going to stay and continue to do the good work, and you guys are going to do greater things than I've ever done. Then the Father is going to be glorified in the Son. Just remember to love me and to do the things that I have commanded.
I don't think you knew what you're talking about, Jay. How was this going with that?
Look, I'll talk to the Father, and I'll ask him to send you help. And he'll send another, one that'll be with you on your journey and work with you forever. He's going to send you the Spirit of truth. And you guys will know the Spirit, even though the world around you will not. But I'm not going to leave you lost and orphaned without a family. I'm going to come to you. The world won't be able to see me, but you guys will. I'll live on and so will you. And those who remember what I've told them will always be loved by me and also by my Father. I'll love them and reveal myself to them.
I just don't get it. How are you going to reveal yourself to just us and not everybody?
Well, because those who love me and keep my word will be loved by me and my Father. It's this simple. If you love me, then you'll live the way that I've shown you. If you don't live that way, then you don't love me. Father and I are making this place your home. Listen, the Holy Spirit's going to make everything clear to you. In the meantime, I leave you my peace. Yeah, I'm going away, but it's a good thing because I'm going home to the Father. When this happens, I need you to remember and believe. The world can't destroy me, but I am leaving. I'm doing what my Father wants me to do. When these things happen, remember, I'm doing all this out of love for the Father. I am going home, and at the same time, I'm making this place a home for you. And I'm going to start by sharing a meal with you. In fact, I'm going to share it with all of you. Remember a while back when I told you all that I was the bread of life? And remember when I told you that you need to drink the blood of the Son of Man to know life? Mary, Martha, Maggie, Lazarus, bring bread and wine to all the tables. We're all going to feast together. Now, anytime you eat and drink of the bread and wine, think of this moment and know that you have to share with me. You and I are together, and you and I are gathered around a table as that we're all finally back home.
I'm gonna ask you to raise your glass. I don't care what you put it in. Here's two nights that you can't take back. We live hard, we love to laugh. We We all thought they would get rich fast. I'll complain out the blue gas. Found out that greatest cash don't compare to the land. So we won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the center. We won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the center. And no matter where we go, we always find a way back home. And no matter where we go, we always find a way back home. So here's the cheap sunglasses, Red Bull minivan. People who had your back when the world didn't understand. So we won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the center. We won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the center.
Think of me like this. I'm the main vine or the trunk of a tree, and my father is the gardener. Bart, you're a farmer, right? Okay. You know how you have to treat your crops to help them to produce. Sometimes to get them to flourish, you have to cut off the vines that aren't producing, the ones that aren't bearing meat. Well, for every branch that has life in it, the Father prunes it so that it can be everything that He created it to be. Well, remain in me and allow the Father to prune you and guide you. You cannot do this on your own. You need me for this. Just as my Father has loved me and shown love to me, I've given and shown you that same love. So stay in it. Listen to me. Do what I ask, and I know you will. I want you to do something else for me, too. I want you to love each other just as I've loved you. Be willing to take that bullet for one another. There is no greater love than that. So you guys are my friends, and everything that the Father shared with me, I've also shared with you. I chose you. You have a great purpose and to do great things that will last. But here's the thing, though, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, and most people in the world aren't going to like you for it. I mean, I should know they hate me. But the great news is you don't belong to them. You belong to me. Again, I chose you. Remember what I told you, that no servant is greater than his master. Well, if they hate me, they're going to hate you. But if they listen to me, they're going to listen to you. They saw the miracles, yet they still hated both me and my Father. They're they're even going to run you out of your places of ministry. They're going to think they're doing a great service to God, but that just goes to show that they don't know me or my Father. I know that this is probably leaving you very confused and sad, the fact that I'm leaving, but I promise you, it's for your own good. If I don't go, then the Holy Spirit can't come to you. But when the Holy Spirit does come to you, He'll guide you. The Spirit will bring you glory, and you'll see things through it and other things of this world because of the Spirit.
Okay, I don't understand the word Jesus is saying. Is he about to pull some Houdini type thing? You know, now you see me, now you don't?
Come on, guys, I'm not pulling a Houdini. I mean, the fact is, you're going to cry and grieve over me while the rest of the world rejoices. But your grief will soon turn to joy. Think of it like this. It's like when a woman is in labor and she's giving birth. She's in a great deal of pain. But once that baby's born into the world, she totally forgets the pain that she was in. Well, this is your time to grieve and to be in pain. But I will see you again, and you will be filled with joy. See, when that day comes, whatever you ask in my name will be done. Ask and you will receive, and then your joy will finally be complete. I know this is all very confusing. I know I'm not speaking straightforward, but someday I won't confuse you. I'll speak in plain English about my Father. At that time, you'll ask in my name, and I won't have to ask on your behalf. You see, the Father loves you because you love me and believe that I came from Him. The thing is, I came from the Father, and now I'm leaving this world, and I'm going back to my Father.
As clear as you're speaking, I think we can understand it now.
Well, it is about time. I'll tell you this, though, time's coming when you're no longer going to be together, okay? You'll each be scattered to your own home. And you're going to leave me all alone. But I'm not going to be alone. My Father will be with me. Again, I don't tell you all this to scare and confuse you, but so that you'll know that in me you'll have peace. In this world you'll have trouble. But don't worry, I've overcome this world.
But Jay, what good is it to us if we lose you? We don't want to lose you. We want you to stay.
Cold sweat, hearted, believe.
raised me up so that I might glorify you. You gave your Son authority over all so that the Son could give everlasting life to those who gave to you. But what is eternal life? Knowing you, the true God, and knowing me whom you sent. I've glorified you by finishing the work you sent me to do. Now let your glory shine through me so that the whole world may see it. I've revealed myself. I've revealed you to the people that you gave me, and now they know all that you've given me comes from you. I gave them the words you gave me, and they've heard them. They understood you sent me. They believed you sent me. So now, Father, I pray for them. Not the whole world, just these ones, the ones closest to me. You've told me what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine. And now I'm leaving to come back to you. But these friends are staying behind in the world. And I will be here to watch over them. So I ask you, Father, please keep them safe. I ask you, Father, please watch over them. Keep them together. Help them to stay united just as we are united. While I watched over them, I only lost the one who was beyond my grasp. But all the others are still here before you, and they want to serve you. Help them to know the joy that I know in seeking you. I shared with them all that you wanted me to share, and the world hated them for it. So now as I prepare to leave, I just want to know that they'll be okay. I mean, don't take them out of the world, but at least keep them safe from evil. Now that they know all I've shared with them, they don't fit into this world anymore. That's bound to get in trouble. So I guess just cover them in the truth so that they can find solace in that just as I did. I made myself holy for them so that they also could know true holiness in their life. Now, Father, I don't just pray for them, but also for all of those who will hear your story because of them. They will hear and they will believe. People can't believe if they aren't living in unity. So keep them together as one body, Father. Help them to live in us just as I am in you. Let us all be one with each other. Father, I don't want to be separated from them. I love them. Can't you keep me with them? When they see your glory in me, they know that you've given it to me out of love. Oh, Father, the world doesn't know you, but I do, and these who have been with me do. I've made your love known to them and will continue to make it known. Your love for me will be known to them, and I will stay with them in love.
I am here to arrest the man called Jesus. I understand he's here.
I know where he is. I will show him to you.
Judas, what are you doing?
Peter, move. Get out of the way. This doesn't concern you. Move.
No, I won't let this happen.
Peter, no.
Are you Jesus, the one from Nazareth?
I am.
I have a warrant for your arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights as they have been read to you?
All right, thank you all Greg Giffen on guitar and vocals, Philip Parra on guitar and vocals, and Ronnie Sturt on bass. So thank y'all so much for coming. We have a pretty big behind-the-scenes crew. We've got Jonathan Branch here working photography, and Lori Loire working photography. Randy Allison, our amazing director. Laura Foster, who ran the behind-the-scenes crew. All the folks that helped out with serving tonight, and then Robert Loire, who's back there on sound. So we could not do this without y'all. And then, of course, we've got to recognize our incredible cast. So Blake White, and when I call you, come up here. He was guest A and one of our servers. And those who are my guest B and C, raise your hand. All right. They walked in and got parts. That's the way we do things around here. And then we, of course, have our officer, Brooke Campbell. She's fired on the rest of the performance. Our barkeep, Lazarus, who's played by Lyndon Stanfield. Our servers, Martha, Renee Adams, Mary, Jackie Leach. Our bar owner, Maggie, Lisa Adams. Our waitress, Sarah Finner. Joanna, Kate Stahl. And then we have to have the disciples. We've got Simon, played by Ethan Burnett. Matthew, played by Chuck Eaton. Thomas, played by Gary Clark. Come on, disciples, get up here. Follow me. Bartholomew, played by Jim Marotti. Philip, played by Kevin Schultz. John, played by Greg Smith, our beloved disciple. Corporate James, played by Jason Allison. Baseball James, played by Jerry Finner. Andrew, Gary Leach. JD, Eric Norcross. And then, of course, our fierce defender with the beer bottle, Peter, played by Kyle Reese. And our betrayer, who moves the story along, Judas, played by Philip Gallion. Would be nowhere without Jesus. Randy Sullivan. Thank you all again so much. I remind you that the trial will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock or at 8 o'clock. It is actually in our sanctuary, which is on the other end of the building. So if you could join us for that and see how this story continues, we would love to have that. If you don't mind filling out the comment cards, leave them on the table, that would be great. And cast and crew and band